everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Here I show off my This Might Hurt tarot that I got in last week, and I'm going to use it later on in the video, but I wanted to show you up front. Later on I will try to film a little haul video because I got in 3 decks last week that I want to show, but in this video we're just going to do some journaling, and you saw me showing off the thickness of my journal, and I really like the pages, the amount of pages that are in this journal. It's actually an A5 Hobonichi that I cut to size myself because first of all I like the Hobonichi paper, I like the Tomoe River paper. I am a fan of a dot grid, but the little grid that is in here is also nice to work with. And very important, I didn't have the patience to wait to get another journal in this size in, because they all have to come from US, UK, wherever other place in the world that takes some time to ship in. And when I think of something, I rather do it directly. So I don't have a lot of patience. And then I thought, why not cut this journal to size myself? And I actually really like it. So maybe after this one is filled up, I will do it again. And I really like the standard traveler's notebook size, so I probably also will keep on journaling in this size for some time. I switched a lot in the past. I did little journals, especially when I did a lot of mixed media journaling, and I had my own journal supplies, of course, and then I did a lot in the passport size. But now I think I can say that this is the size I like the most. I also like the A6 size, but the amount of writing that I do really fits in this standard size best, I think. And it's not that big to take with you as an A5 size journal. So this is for me the perfect in between size. You see me sticking on some washi tapes, and I'm looking at the stickers and pieces of pet tape that I looked at before I started journaling. Was like, okay, this is probably the things that I want to use in my journal. The pet tape is from London Gifties, and all the other stickers I printed myself. I do that a lot. I just buy the images online and then I print them myself. I do have a cutting machine to make stickers, but to be honest, I never use it because I really want that white line that surrounds the image. I want that to be very minimal, and with the cutting machine that doesn't always work perfectly, at least not for me. So it's just also something that's really easy to do. I just print the stickers that I want on the moment that I want to use them, and I change my mind every now and then, so then I can do the new stickers, print them, cut them out and use them directly in my journal. As you see, I try to combine some of the things that I have laying around there. These things that you see here, the labels, they are almost on all my pages because, as I said before, I like to have a little spot on each page or each spread, because I usually use 2 pages for every day, and then I use that spot to write about something that I'm grateful for. And I really like that even on harder days I have to think about something that was nice that day, that I was grateful for. And it turns around the way I think about that day for a bit. So I think it's a very positive thing to do every day. And so I keep on doing it. And maybe in some time I will switch it around, but I haven't felt that need yet. And I've been doing this for quite some time now. This video is actually a bit longer than the normal videos that you see from me because I decided not to speed it up, but just to show you my journal practice, the way it really goes in the speed that I have. And that's not the fastest, but I thought it would be relaxing just to look at or to listen to while you're having your own daily journal practice. I'm really curious if you do have one, if you also use tarot in your journal, or you just like to put in stickers and write about your day, because of course everything is possible in your own journal and nothing is set in stone, so you can do whatever you want. I have some leaves here and I'm looking if I want to put it in front of that label or maybe behind it, and here I lay them in front, and I think later on I will eventually decide to put it behind, but that doesn't matter, it's just some placing, because of course when you use stickers and you want everything to be still visible the way you want it to be, you have to be careful, because once it's stuck on that page, I'm not getting it off anymore. The Tomo River paper is quite thin, so if I want to tear it off, I'm likely to damage the page, and that's not something that I want to do. So here I'm looking, this is probably the place I want to put it, and then I lay it down, and once it's on, then it's on. The pet tape could be lifted off, but the sticker paper, the white sticker paper that I use, and these leaves are on clear sticker paper because I really like the way that blends into the page. They also, when they are stuck on there, I'm not going to get them off even slightly, so I have to be kind of careful where I put them. Also, a reason for me to make this a bit of a longer video is to give some explanation to the people that have been following me for a longer time and saw my journaling evolving, also are seeing some new content here on my channel, which of course is also different than the content that I created before. Well, it has been changing and evolving over the years, of course, because when I started, I was more like doing some bullet journaling videos. And when you look back at those first videos, they were really different than what I was doing like 2 years ago. And now I'm doing what I like to do most at this moment, and that's journaling. I do a lot of journaling. I actually do it every day. Yes, I could say I do it every day. Every once in a while, I will skip a day because I really don't have the time, but it's really a way to decompress at the end of the day for me. And not every spread is getting this amount of work put into it. Sometimes I just slap down some stickers just for fun, and then I do my daily card and the journaling itself, because that's what it's all about for me. I really like that I found back my writing and just thinking about my day and writing that down. So that's quite different from what I was doing a few years ago, even though I did a Dutch course that was free on my website then. The website I don't have anymore because I really just wanted to start all over again, and the website didn't really serve any cause for me, so I stopped it. But I did do a free course about writing in your journal, and maybe later on I will release those videos on my YouTube, because I still have them, of course, and maybe people still like to see what that was all about. But as I said, I always was about writing, and I got a little bit away from that with art journaling and the mixed media journaling, which was a lot of fun while I was doing that. But I think this practice fits me better. It's just more who I am. A little while ago, I also started a Patreon, which I stopped this month because I wanted to do Patreon. I think, if I'm honest, because I didn't want to make the tarot content on YouTube, because I didn't know how people would think about it, and I didn't want to get some nasty comments, and maybe deep down inside I didn't want to lose followers because of the tarot content. And I knew that that would happen eventually, because not everybody knows tarot, and not everybody wants to know it, of course. It's not everybody's cup of tea. And I think that with all those thoughts in mind, I thought I made make a Patreon just to have a safe place to get started. And I did. And some people followed me there, and it was a lot of fun starting my practice there, making content with journaling and tarot combined. But it didn't really blow up or something, so it was kind of small. And then I thought I wanted to share more of it. I want to reach more people. I want to show it more to the rest of the world, actually. And if that means people will not follow me anymore because they don't like it, then that's fine. Everybody has to do in life what they want to do, and an extra follower doesn't mean I have more fun working in my journal or have more fun working with my tarot cards and combining that with journaling, of course. So I decided just to stop the Patreon and bring everything here to YouTube, and stay still making content on Instagram, of course. Facebook is also something that I still do, but I think that's the platform I dislike the most, or don't really like. I don't get a lot out of that, but it's still there, and my posts of Instagram mostly are also posted on my Facebook, for the people that don't use Instagram, of course. So I just keep on doing that as well. But the videos will be mostly on YouTube. I've been thinking about reels, but I think myself, I like videos that are a bit longer. I like videos that I can put on and listen to while I'm journaling. And then I like it when people tell their stories, what they're doing, how their thoughts are about a deck, about journaling, about daily life things. And if I like that so much, why don't I do it myself? Because I just have to do whatever I want to do on my YouTube channel, of course, and show myself. And I just want to be really me here on YouTube. I don't want to make content just because I think that's the content people will like or will expect me to make. I just want to do what I like best, and that's making journal content, because that's something I'm so passionate about. I really like showing people how I work in my journal, how I do my daily journaling. And I think people will probably also, even though it's only stickers and stamps, I think people will still like to see how I put them all together, because I think that still can be an inspiration to people. And about writing in your journal, I know that a lot of people struggle with that. What to write about, what to do in their journal once they are done decorating it. Do they plan? Do they make lists? Everybody has their own take on things, of course, and I'm not really a planning kind of person. I've tried that before, and I really like the way planners look when you see them on Instagram and stuff. And I really, really like the bullet journaling layout, but it's just not something I'm good at. I'm not a paper planner, but I am someone that really likes to write about her day at the end of the day, most of the times, in a journal that's decorated nicely, or at least to my aesthetics, it is. And now, with finding back my tarot cards, because I saw more people using oracle cards and tarot cards in their journal practice, And that really got me inspired to do the same. I saw Dawn Michelle do it on her channel, and she's mostly a tarot tuber, so she mostly does tarot content, but she also does some planning. So I found her and I saw some more people do it. And I thought, well, why not? And I had a lot of tarot cards on my ethics, so I took them down and I have been combining it. And it really was such an eye opener for me because, one, I love looking at my cards. I think there are just so many nice cards, all pieces of art, and there are so many decks, and there will be decks that you probably gonna like just because of their artwork. And being able to look at that every single day, pick a different card every single day, and let that inspire you to journal about, or maybe the art that you are going to make in your journal. I think that's just fantastic that they have that you have these kind of tools to use in your journal, because for me it's a journaling tool as well. Of course it's a divination tool and people use it for all kinds of things, and I think that that's just fantastic. But even if you only want to use it as a journaling tool, just to look at, okay, what did this day bring me, and give you a little bit of a mirror to look in, to contemplate about your day, that's really fantastic. Or maybe it's just the artwork and the colors that are used in the image that's on the card, and that inspires you to make journal pages in a particular color, or use images that remind you of the card. I think that's all really fantastic that tarot cards can inspire you to do that. And yes, I think about 15 years ago, I did an education of more than 2 years to learn how to read the tarot cards. And I used it in a practice to coach people and give readings to people, not to predict the future or to tell them what to do, but to make them think about their current situation or things that they want to know, and give them some insight and a way to contemplate about these things. And I really liked doing that, but that's not what I'm doing at the moment. I'm not looking for giving readings to other people. I just want to use my tarot cards for myself and my journaling practice. And that's okay. And if other people do use them to give readings or to predict the future, then that's their thing. And I don't want to say anything about that, because that's just not um, it's not my place to say anything about it. But I want to give you some insight, because of course I know that not everybody in the journaling community is used to working with tarot cards, or maybe think they are something that they're not. And I want to, yeah, maybe make them more available, make it more normal to use them, because they're just a stack of nice cards. And yes, they have very, very deep meanings if you want to get into that completely. And I think you will never end your learning of tarot, because there is so much to learn about these cards. But if you just want to use it as a tool for your journaling, you don't have to go that deep. You can just take a deck, take a book that has card meanings in there, and think about what that means for you on a particular day, and write about it. If you have difficulties writing about something that happened a day, maybe this will spark something for you to get started with your writing. And yes, I think they are a great tool for that. So that's everything I wanted to say about tarot and using that in your journal, because you will see me doing that a lot more here on YouTube, because I'm planning to make a whole lot more videos combining tarot and journaling. And if I have a new tarot deck that I really like, I will definitely come on and show it to you. And it will be decks that are already long available, and maybe a lot of tarot tubers already made content about it. But if it makes me happy, then I will do it here on my channel. And that's what I want to do here on my channel, as well as on Instagram. I'm also going to combine tarot things and journaling things. And of course, I know that will also, yes, make some followers leave. But I hope to also connect with new people that will follow me because they really like both or one of both. Maybe you just are here for the tarot content. Maybe you're just here for the journaling content, and I want that to be okay as well. You just get me as I am now and what I like at the moment and what I'm doing in my creative space at the moment in my journal, because I will always probably be a journaler. I just cannot think a life without journaling supplies, without a journal, without my fountain pens, without nice inks and stickers, and maybe in the future there will be paint again. I just don't know. And of course, next to haul videos about tarot, you will also see a haul video when I get a new fountain pen that I'm absolutely happy with. So I will just give you the content that I like to make, and I hope that I can make you happy with it, just give you a nice day with it, and have you and give you something fun to listen to or to look at while you're doing your own thing. So that's what it's all going to be about. Here, back to my journal, I'm putting on the date for the day that I was making these pages. I really still like the stamp for the months that I got in not so long ago, and those little stamps with the little tags and the numbers. I got that as a present for Christmas, I think. Yes. And I really have been using them a lot lately because I like the little tags with the numbers in there. So yeah, I think I came in now at a good time while I almost finished my page. Of course, there has to be a quote stamp, something else that I really love. So probably you will see some haul videos about quote stamps as well. No, this one I got, I think, at Posthumous Store. That's a store in the Netherlands. It's in Amsterdam. If you ever get a chance to go there, it's just a fantastic store to have a look, because they have so many wooden stamps and inks, and they also have like a lot of wax seals if you like that. I really love wax seals, just the sight of them, but in my journal it's not really handy because they bulk up things really fast. But these wooden stamps, they are just fantastic. So I'm gonna put that quote on the bottom of my page, and then the page is finished. My journal is so thick now that I can actually stamp in it without taking it out. And probably when it gets more bulky, stamping in it like this isn't really possible, but we will see. And then we have to manage that when it's that time. So the stamp is in, and now it's time to get the card of the day. So I'm gonna put this all away so I have some room for my cards. This is the deck box that you get with the This Might Hurt tarot deck, but I already put them into a bag. It's an older bag because I tried to make my bags myself, but I didn't have time to make one yet. But putting it back into the box and getting it out didn't feel as nice as putting it in this older bag that I still had laying around. So this is the one that I'm using now for this deck. As you can see, it's kind of a glossy cardstock, so my ring light will show up in the cards. That's not the nicest thing to look at, but I could not help it. And I'm riffle shuffling it here, but to be honest, the cardstock is really thick, so, and I'm not the best in shuffling, so really shuffling this nicely in riffle shuffling, it's not my forte, but hey, we have to roll with it. And I wish I could bridge shuffle, but I can't, so I have to be kind of careful with shuffling this. When I riffle shuffle it a lot, it will eventually bend one way, so I don't want to do that a lot. But for this video and for getting a good shuffle, it's just the nicest thing to do. And while my camera didn't really want to cooperate with this part, I did some hand over hand shuffling, and eventually I got the Page of Swords. And now that I'm doing this voiceover, I see that my ring light really doesn't show that picture very nicely, but too bad, I cannot do anything about that. Now you will see it a bit better when I show you the card in my journal like this. But yes, it's a really glossy cardstock. And with this card, my video comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye everybody.